Hi everybody, I'm Marcia Eckert.
And I'm Rob Bernstein, and welcome to Everything Neurodiversity.
And we have what we find an interesting topic for today, which is how parents can work with kids, but pretty much even for adults, how you can best work with anybody, a friend or a spouse, when you have something that you want to teach them or you want them to do.
I love what you just said. You have something to teach them. And it's kind of one way, right? There's an agenda or curriculum or whatever you want to call it, right?
Right. Parents often get pushed into this because the message is get your child to do their homework, get your child to do their math problems, get them to do something. And the thing is, what that does is it creates a space that's judgmental and not accepting. It could be that the child has a skill deficit in this area. It could be that there's an executive function problem and the kid or the adult has difficulty getting started. They have difficulty, maintaining effort. They have difficulty with time. And that's something that's brain wired. That's something that's developmental. It's not necessarily motivational, although often it seems motivational. It seems like you just don't want to do this.
Yeah, you hit on something that may be more important than the task itself, and that is maybe the child needs to learn how to get started or decide what to do. Because maybe the kid needs that, and that may be more important than the task itself.
Yeah, the foreword to Rob's book says, let the child lead. And what's important when we're trying to deal with our partners or our children is to create an accepting, non-judgmental space and to be able to say, okay, I get it that this isn't easy for you, all right? And maybe to try to help together to figure out why, and to have then learning coming from something that is a project for both of you rather than something that you're simply laying on them.
And I love the non-judgmental, because maybe there's no right or wrong to do something. Maybe the child's doing something in his or her own way that might also work in some way.
Or maybe we're coming at this with an attitude of you have to do this and not taking into account that the other person is fried. How many kids come home from school, especially if they have learning issues or they have, other kinds of issues or our partners, and they're just fried.
Yeah.
And here we are, you want my acceptance, you better do this.
Right, and then the kid at best learns what to do for you.
Right, and at worst isn't able to do it, and you become the homework police, the chore police, the whatever police, and that disrupts the positive relationship. So the idea is start with the positive relationship, start with respect, and go at it together. And there is the possibility that right now that might not be something that's possible. It might be that you have to go back to your expectations and communicate maybe to someone else, if it's a teacher, that, it's very hard for him to do this, or he doesn't really understand doing it this way, or it's too much for him to do, in the evening because he's too fried. And then you're in an alliance with your child, your partner, whoever, or as opposed to being the police, which is better.
Yeah, I like that.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.